Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans, we are streaming live across the world. Follow BAMMA 26 on all social media. Join us on Facebook and Twitter. We are ready for 3 5-minute rounds in the professional flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man stands 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighed in officially at 125.8 pounds. He has a professional record of 7 wins with 8 losses and 0 draws. Fighting out of South Shields, Northeast England, he is Shamsul Black Magic Haque. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in officially at 125 pounds. He has a professional flawless record of 3 wins with no losses and no draws. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, he is Ryan Chaos Curtis. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Leon Roberts.
So the crowd are now at fever pitch. Huge support for Ryan Chaos Curtis.
Black Magic Haque also looking extremely concentrated there. Leon Roberts, the 3rd man in the ring, and we are at it tonight here in Dublin. It's round number 1.
Well, Chris, as we said, this is one of the divisions to watch here, and anybody coming in with this sort of support, you're looking at maybe a future contender here with either man for that strap.
Haque looking to use that right hand and catch Curtis coming in hard on the jab. You can see Curtis throwing lots of combinations and trying to use those straight punches to keep Haque away from grappling distance. Haque lowering his head, throwing punches over the top, that big overhand right, often
Yeah, like
used.
a bolo punch there, Chris, with the head down. He's got to be careful because even though it can be dangerous, he's got to be able to see what Ryan Curtis is throwing back.
But it's a
Oh, he's caught him with the right. As I was just about to say that, the right hand was thrown back, the ground and pound now. Ryan Curtis all over him like a rash here the moment he saw that happen. And holding on for dear life.
Haque looking to drive for that head inside single. But Chaos is all over him and unloading strikes from on top.
Well, it was a big right hand that started that from Shamsul Haque, and I said, when you throw that punch, when your head's down like that, you're not able to see what's coming back, and immediately he was punished for it.
And it's a prototypical technique of grapplers in MMA. They will dip their head, punch to get inside, sometimes take 1 or 2 to get a hold of you, and that proved to be nearly fatal there as Curtis was really putting him in through the paces. Stuck in the hurt locker right now, Shamsul Haque off his back.
Yes, it was a good start for him, but Ryan Curtis, his nickname's Chaos, and that's what we saw the moment he started this ground and pound, and every punch that's thrown, you hear the crowd respond. They know that Shamsul Haque is in a desperate position, and they're a knowledgeable crowd. They'll know what's at stake here. This young man is making a name for himself and saying, I've got to be in the mix for that flyweight title.
And look at the way Curtis controls him for the ground and pound. He's either holding onto a leg or pushing down on his head. On one hand, he's maintaining effective control and pressure, and on the other, he's looking for ways to try and finish this fight.
Oh, superb stuff, and Shamsul, brave as they come, hanging on, looking to tie his man up. He hasn't been given a moment to catch breath or get any sort of form or way into this bout, Chris.
And throughout, the singing from the crowd behind us here at the packed-out 3 Arena. Absolutely incredible atmosphere here. The action having slowed just a little bit, though, as Haque doing a great job to recover guard.
Oh, heart of a lion there because he took some heavy shots. Leon Roberts, so experienced, looking closely, but saw no reason to step in, which shows the stamina, the resilience, and the courage of Black Magic.
And Haque was working, you know, he was looking to drive forward for that takedown, working to improve his position, but he has got to get up off his back and, more importantly, away from the fence because he is unable to move.
Chris, the crowd are standing behind us. I'm having a job hearing you as they sing on their hero. They're all stood in this packed crowd behind us, singing their hearts out.
And stamping their feet. The roars here from the audience continue to certainly provide inspiration
When you talk of inspiration, all credit to Shamsul Haque. He's on his feet again, ready to go, bouncing on his toes to say, I'm still here.
Nice slip. That was a beautiful outside slip to a left hand. Haque's doing the right thing here. He's trading.
Having to tuck up, though, as Ryan Curtis tries to keep that roll going, and it's the bolo right is the favoured weapon of Shamsul Haque, but he has to keep that eyes up, even if the chin's down, keep the eyes up so he knows where the replies are coming from.
And Curtis looks so loose when he throws those power shots. Nothing is forced. Everything is weaved with precision and awareness.
Well, what he does is he stays in the pocket. He's willing to take that overhand right, to stay there and trade immediately. That's what's making it dangerous for Shamsul. He's doing everything right, but Curtis doesn't take a backward step. Even when the big right or left comes, he just stays in the pocket, shrugs, opens his body, then fires back.
And Curtis shakes his head. He's doing a good job of a little bit of touch pull return. Little probing jab.
Oh, but that right hand did land, Chris. He's got to be careful still.
And that's the danger, really, of not committing hard on the jab, is your opponent may read that and then come in and counter you stiffly, which is exactly what Haque did there. But it's a solid technique as long as your footwork remains consistent and measured.
There's the right hand from Haque as Curtis comes in again, but he's so confident, the young Irishman, as he comes in, stops the attempted takedown from Shamsul, but it's late in the day in this first round, Chris.
Curtis did a great job there of making sure that Shamsul could not get underneath his hips. And that's why he was utilizing that footwork. Smart striking, even smarter defense.
We often talk about turning points. This one came right early in the round. A big bolo punch from Shamsul, immediately replied by Ryan. We thought the finish could have come from ground and pound there, but Black Magic really hung in there.
Survival skills to the nth degree. But on the flip side, you've got to look at the fact that Curtis did not punch himself out. He did not force that finish. He's like water, and that's really one of the things you look for from these young SBG guys, is they adapt and improve and make assessments along the way of the full 3 rounds in MMA. Back to Haque, though. Haque really needs to do a better job of setting up that takedown. I have every faith that he can get in underneath him, but he really needs to make sure it comes off multiple punch combinations, not single strikes and just dipping your head and hoping.
And even if that chin's down, keep those eyes up so he knows what's coming back at him. Here we go, round 2.
Buckle up, it's BAMMA 26.
So 2 or 3, and Shamsul Haque's done a good job of recovering here. It looked all over at one stage there.
And Curtis looking over to his corner there.
As Shamsul backed off, he took the time and said, look clearly at them, waited for instruction, and then went back at it. Nice low leg kick, the first one of the bout so far.
And that's what they want him to start doing, was timing those leg kicks. The dangerous thing against a wrestler is not setting up your kicks, because that's what he's going to look for, the catch.
The contrast to that as well is when you do use those kicks, it makes your opponent start thinking about other things as well when you're dangerous with your hands. It can stop your flow, it can take you off balance. But as you said, with Shamsul being sharp on the counter, it's dangerous for both men. And again, that overhand right of Shamsul does land. My one concern for him is the way Ryan Curtis seems to take it, Chris.
Stiff jab to the body from Curtis. Curtis nearly tagged cleanly with that third of the overhand right. It wasn't a super clean punch, but it is landing. And the danger would be getting drawn into a firefight or brawl with Haque, who would be happy for that, to try and then get underneath him and take him down. I think still, though, Haque has a one-track mind. He does want to get this fight down to the mat, but he needs to be intelligent about how he makes that approach.
Yes, because Ryan Curtis constantly walks him down, closes the cage line. Look, he's giving him no breathing space, nowhere to go. And this time it's Ryan Curtis who looks for the double leg. And the crowd respond immediately. And he turns it around, so the wrestler is taken to the ground, Chris.
Nothing worse than a wrestler off his back, but let's see what Haque has got. He's very good in the submission department, but he has been submitted 5 times in his career as well, so.
Well, this is what we said. This is a man that just comes to fight. Win or lose, he doesn't go that, well, he hasn't full stop gone the distance. He's knocked you out, he's subbed you, or he's suffered the same fate.
What Curtis is doing a good job of here was cupping the chin with his right arm.
Looking to trap that left leg as well, Chris.
But a great response from Haque of retaining half guard here. and looking to open up some space around his neck, frame with his left arm, and try and catch an open guard. Well done. Shamsul Haque here, nearly back in full guard, opting to post with his left leg on the right hip of his opponent.
Curtis looking to get the blows down, looking to push his man back to that cage wire, posturing up. Shamsul up to his feet as well. He knew the knee was coming. The jam came before the knee actually came in.
And that was a compelling exchange because the wrestler was taken down and the wrestler was able to get back to his feet.
Taken down again, nice little trip, took the left leg clean away. And again, when you're looking at the judges, Chris, when you're looking at the offensive movement to get these takedowns, this is all vital with 2 minutes left in round 2 here.
Absolutely, that's the second time he's been able to do that. Deja vu. Great job there from Curtis of slipping his leg out and then coming back to re-engage before Haque could get up to his feet.
Watching the up kicks, looking to posture down heavy after that second up kick there.
And that was smart from Curtis to get down and grounded to avoid those up kicks.
And again, looking to get around him once more. As you said, Shamsul Haque, though, very difficult to pin down on the ground. We saw in round 1, a lot of that ground and pound looked great when you're at the back of the hall and you're supporting Ryan Curtis, but how much lands? Leon Roberts has not felt the need to step in so far. He's close again now, though, Chris.
Or provide any warnings for Haque to keep working. He recognizes that Haque is very cognate and doing a good job of staying active off his back. You know, you mentioned that. And then that goes back to the questions we asked during the walkout of what kind of shape is this guy in coming into this fight. So the cardio and the gas and what has been a high-octane affair is holding up.
Yes, I think Ryan Curtis has done the right thing with his opponent here. He's kept the pedal to the metal and asked questions. And so far, Shamsul Haque has responded well.
Big couple of punches coming down now from Curtis. These are better strikes. He needs to try and pass guard here because it seems to me that Haque has been able to negate at least the severity of that ground and pound.
That's been the key to this. If he hadn't, this would have been over in the first round, Chris. As it is, we're counting inside the last 30 seconds of the second, and Shamsul Haque is still there. I think the second's been a big round for Ryan Curtis, but Shamsul, we know while he's here, he's dangerous.
Shamsul hand fighting. Again, working open guard. The 10-second clapper is shown.
And again, he tucks up so well. The crowd go absolutely wild when Ryan Curtis starts throwing leather.
And Shamsul threatening there by controlling the leg at the end of the round. Looking to try and catch a sweeper, maybe hit X guard. Curtis walks off and then re-engages. So much, again, on display in the way of control and the finite details of MMA in that round. We are set for a blistering third.
So, Chris, Leon was just about to call them together for the third and final round. Ryan Curtis looked out of the cage at his fans and just waited, said, no, everything's fine. So calm.
This guy trains so smart. He's in the gym constantly, but more importantly, that time has been used very wisely. A lot of the flow drills they do over there. The Charlestown branch is another great example of the SBG brand of upgrading the CPU without damaging the hardware.
Now Shamsul still dangerous, still coming forward, still looking to probe, and we know if he's not going to look for the wrestling, he's going to look for that big right which he throws there. But again, the mobility of Ryan Curtis, he manages to stay in the pocket and yet out of range at the same time. It's so frustrating for an opponent.
But back to the training, this is where it really begins to pay off, that type of training. You carry less injuries into a bout when you train really smart like that, and when it goes the third, that can sometimes be the difference of who's got those nagging little injuries.
And again, Ryan Curtis trying to tease Shamsul on. He took a shot and said, no, come forward, come in. Shamsul, to his credit, still light on his feet, still good movement himself. And his chin is down, his eyes up this time, constantly focusing on his opponent here. I just feel he needs a bit more as well, though, Chris, in terms of control of the cage and the dominance going forward of Ryan Curtis. This is telling in this bout.
Shamsul is telling and selling that right hand, but again, just an illusion to get inside and get a hold of his opponent. Wow. And now for the first time in this round, we see the clinch, and it's a high crouch single attempt. Lifting up is Curtis, defended by Shamsul Haque.
Yeah, looks to his corner, nods to them as well as he makes sure that leg isn't taken. And they clinch up again. He's made it hard work for Ryan Curtis this third round.
The wrestler from South Shields also showing he's got the capacity to go the distance here.
For the first time in his career, if it continues this way, Chris.
Curtis working with good, solid head pressure there in the clinch. Pushes away and looking to set things up off that jab, but he's got to cover up. Those punches have to come out, extend, and then return. Because if he keeps his hands down, one of those overhands is going to find their mark at some point.
Yeah, Shamsul is still in there. He's still dangerous, and he's just got to watch that big overhand right. Look, as you said, it does telegraph it just a little bit coming in, which has given Ryan Curtis the time to move out and then come straight back in. But as you said, this is what Shamsul wants.
And sometimes it's a throwaway strike. That's the point. You want to show your opponent that strike and then go to something completely different. And that would be the takedown. But again, now stuff from Curtis and reversed up against the mesh. Solid stuff from Curtis here in the takedown defense and offense as he looks to now take down Haque. Haque using that left leg up to try and frame in defense and negate that.
Yes, brought that left leg high, as you said, then got it on the calf of Ryan Curtis as he looked to come in. Shamsul doing a good job defensively. The problem I find for him this late in the bout is that it is a defensive measure, and that's the problem for him. There's that right he's looking for. He's still there. He still feels he's got the opportunity.
Short jab to a left hook, moving backwards from Curtis. And then the hard blitz from Haque.
Good finish here with 1.5 minutes. We're inside now, and Shamsul Haque digs up some extra courage, some extra stamina, and comes forward again.
Curtis knew he was going to run out of space there and then moved to his right. Haque unable then to get a hold of him.
Oh, perfect timing as the leg came up. Curtis took the support leg clean down.
Perfect timing from Curtis with that kick counter. Haque went to the inside low kick, and Curtis chopped away the rear.
There was a right hand in there, Chris, for the first time caught Shamsul's attention, because the other thing we got to mention is he soaked up pressure like the proverbial sponge. Big slam, though. This could be the exclamation mark here now.
Haque now on his back. Curtis operating here from top control. Double underhooks. Haque using the right whizzer and trying to punch with his left arm. But this will not be enough at this point. Haque's got to really go for something here, because I think he's going to probably end up on the wrong end of the scorecard.
I agree with you there, Chris, and I think that flurry from him was recognition of that. He just didn't want to end up here. But again, perfect timing by Ryan Curtis, because that second win from Shamsul was literally taken out of him with the slam.
And that was very cerebral, again, to go right to the takedown. An aggressive Haque ended up being put on his back. That's the end of the fight.
Superb technical bout, the first time Shamsul Haque's gone the distance, and it purely shows his grit and determination, because rounds 2 and 3 I felt he was against a very strong Ryan Curtis, but still never looked in danger of being put away, and even under pressure from the ground and pound, managed to cover up a lot.
It was excellent, you know, and both men really went in there, went toe-to-toe, threw everything out there but the kitchen sink. Neither were able to secure a finish, but the speed of the transitions and of those engagements, both on the canvas and in the upright, were certainly mesmerizing indeed. And another statement here at BAMMA 26, live from Dublin's 3 Arena, of why the 125-pound division is one of the most exciting out there. Back and forth action, but there can only be one between these two. We go to our master of ceremonies as the crowd behind us is singing and dancing, Mr. Buddy Johnson, to get the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to our judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 30-27, 30-27, 30-26. To your winner by unanimous decision, Ryan Chaos Curtis.
Gentlemen, with your winner, it's Chaos, Ryan Curtis. Ryan, a great win, but he really made you work for it.
It was tough. They were serious shots, so I hit him, and he was coming forward there. Not many people take my shots, so fair play to him.
Talk us through the 3 rounds, because although you were in control, it was a tough night's work.
Yeah. The thing about your past fights is I finish people quick, and I didn't want to come out and just try and go for the kill straight away. We wanted to get the experience, and I think we've done a good job against Sagabao. He's a good seasoned opponent. He's got a bundle of fights over me, so that was a good win for me.
Now, that said, you are in a stacked division. It's such a exciting division. With this win now over a good name, where do you stand in this division?
Yeah, I'd smoke every fucking one of them. Put any one of them in front of me, I'd smoke them. I'm standing at the top of that division. I'm not underneath nobody, I'm at the top. That's where I am.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from the man himself, Chaos, Ryan Curtis.
We get the finish fighters the next time. Thanks a lot, everybody.